So when you just start out, you wonder if there's anyone who has connections right here. Does anyone know you ahead of time? Does anyone live in a big city and can lend you their couch or in Toronto? So you run manifest markets, new downtowns, and different kinds of hills. 13,000 kilometers is approximately the distance between Shenzhen and Beijing. And I don't know these facts either. I just know that living 25 to 30 kilometers from a city center is it's judgment. It's a front lunge and eat lunch, healthy vitamins, and thank your inner self for leaving this in, all of it, including that, this, and routing from your house to my house, from your heart to my house. Toronto is where I left off. An hour and a half is 2 hours minus 30 minutes. So I think a lot of people know the math of language and they are honest with everyone about their own focus and building up businesses around here and taking local businesses and taking them on another level. Mechanics, doctors, whatever, Nashua, pets, vets in Russia. So this really only applies for the people who are like wondering if he's okay. And in my opinion, he's more than okay. He's great. And if you really want to dream of being in that place, go and do that thing. Ultimately, it has to do with the money, Wesk. If you want to build $1 million business, you don't want to do that on 10,000 projects, right? You want to do that on, like I said, we have Warp and we have Main Plus, and so we do 80, 90, 100, 120 products a year and stellar projects. Some of them are very, very small, $4, $5 a project. Very large ones, $20,000. Those kind of projects, cool invoices and computers. We do 90 emails a day from the office, 20,000 a year, and you want to be able to not have to have all of this pressure on you from all your clients planting the attention doodles, talking about competition. And in terms of this competition, what you want to do is to be able to look twofold. In your little sleepy town, you can totally crush it, right? So you can be the best. You can be the best very, very quickly. But you're going to hit a ceiling where unless you have your eyes on invested on America is the best, Canada is the best, Europe is the best in the world, wherever it is, chances are those competitions are going to push you to be the best that you can be, even when you're just starting out. So what I personally recommend getting the people involved, the people you really want to be liked by, they're not bigger than you. They're not your competition. So understand this. You're going to look at them and you're going to despise them. People, give me a chance. Not a big chance. Not to be my competition. People do these kind of things. Not exactly what I do. They're not my competition either. People that are smaller than me, they're not competition. The real competition comes from the big dudes, the big guns, and the people, companies, or even the indifference, the lack of budget of the people that you want to work with while they're not working with you. That's your competition, right? So I really want to work with this type of company. And if they're going to be huge as an agency for my business, I'm not going to have to win. I'm going to have to work my way into this. And this is how I look at the competition. I say, okay, I need to turn myself into this kind of man. Obedience better. Be more obedient, in a sense. So if that's the kind of company you want to work with, you have to have a budget. Even if it's just a couple of dimes, it's not the lack of budget that stops you from getting this. Are you going to win this? Are other people going to sell into it? Are you going to convince people to have a budget when they don't think they have one? So these are all good questions to start off your day. And Google. Loosen up and do the SWOT analysis. Keep it strong and work on your weaknesses and your tactics, whatever it stands for. And I think it's going to go great. It's going to serve the tea, and it's going to be exactly off by a range of things, whatever. Threats. I haven't done and deep do, and it doesn't help because it's plain sight marketing. You look at what everybody's doing, and it's great. But your own business is going to be built off of these relationships, your portfolio. And so if he keeps going up again against the company down the street with every single pet in the neighborhood, all this competition, we're going to end up without a nose and an ear. And if he doesn't, then he's not going to get caught up in looking at all these girls and coming up against them. They're much bigger than him. But he wants to know, how can I get closer to them and get their clients? They're smaller than him, some of them. They're nipping at his toes, and it's lasting on the market.